All right, man. We are back, man. It's time for our main topic, man. We're doing 2023 Plane. Action
Plane.
thriller. Hey, Tiffelbot. A
Yes.
pilot finds himself caught in the war zone after he's forced to land his commercial aircraft
Yes.
during a terrible storm.
Trailblazer. Trailblazer.
Trailblazer Airlines 2023 rated R, 1 hour 47 minutes. Who is in this theatrical release, Jeff?
Yes. Who's in this movie that was both in theaters and streaming? Gerard Butler.
Leonidas himself.
There he is. Mike Coulter.
Luke Cage.
Woo! Luke Cage. Looking good with his beard. Yosun An. That's the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Tony Goldwyn,
Man.
Daniela Pineda,
Man.
Paul Ben Victor,
He's
Joey
been around
Slotnick.
forever, Paul Ben Victor. He's always playing a bad guy or something like that.
Yeah, Evan Dane Taylor, Claro de los Reyes, Kelly Gale, Lily Krug.
Nobody.
There's a bunch of people that probably a lot of people. I think some of these actors are somewhat famous overseas.
Someplace, yeah. That happens.
Yeah,
That happens.
and this is kind of one of those. We'll get into it.
Yeah. So, man.
One.
Word.
It's a terrifying one word.
Oh, God, it was so loud, Tiff. It was.
All right.
I got to get that board closer to me.
Yeah, you gotta reach over, maybe a little stick that pokes it.
I know.
Or a little string. Okay. And one word.
One
Okay.
word.
My one word?
Yes.
I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but my one word is lame.
Oh, lame. You went for the
Lame.
emotional connection.
I went with the word lame because it sounds like plain. That's exactly why I went for it. I'm
That's
a
interesting.
creative genius. Thank you very much. Lame.
Okay.
Should have been called lame, I would say, if I was writing a review about this film.
Okay. So, again, I talked to a lot of people who love this movie.
I feel so bad that they people.
I mean, they really,
Yeah.
really love this movie. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued because, it just looked like a run-of-the-mill
action movie.
February release.
Sure.
That's what it looked like to me, And so my one word will just be action. Now, that's not an endorsement or anything, but you talking about a run-of-the-mill action movie. I mean, they just wanted to do some explosions.
Yeah, there's
driving,
no
and some
plot.
shooting and some, right? It was like,
I'd say there's
There's a
hardly a plot. There's a plot.
Right.
There's a very a loose plot.
yeah. But
How can we get some guns fired? Is the question of this movie.
yeah, let's hurry up and get to the ground so we can just start shooting and being sweaty, So
I have so much to say. I know that I am about to come off as just the biggest curmudgeon, but that's part of discussing these things.
hit
So.
those spoilers and get this started.
All right.
So, man, it starts really, really cool, Tiff. It's New Year's Eve. I said, I like movies that do stuff like that, like Christmas, New Year's.
But there's no
Decorations.
New Year's
or-
Eve.
No.
No indication that it's New Year's other than some.
Tell you it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
That is
so-
so true, Tiff.
No.
It's like it's New Year's Eve. You didn't even see it in the airport.
You're like, oh, okay.
yeah. Where's the leftover
Sure,
Christmas?
I'll believe it. It doesn't matter.
That is so true. It was probably July or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
who knows?
They're supposed to be in Singapore, and the captain lives there, and he's late for the plane. And I made a joke when I was watching. I was like, "What he running for? They can't go leave without him."
Yeah, no, he maybe doesn't want to be late, but it's fine. And plus, by the time he gets there, nobody's ready.
Yeah, they get there. He's going through security. He's talking to his daughter, and they're going to Hawaii. Blah blah blah. And I noticed something. So it's just his daughter, and it's like, what's up with his wife? Lo and behold, later on in the film, we find out the wife is dead to make him more
Look like a good
person.
guy,
Yeah,
right?
he can be
Like he
divorced.
can't. If you're divorced, you're a piece of shit,
Right.
And also, honestly, they really want to give you some emotional resonance for
They
this movie
do, they do.
because they're like, he's got a daughter, even though it factors into the movie in no way. He's got a
Totally
daughter
clear.
that he really cares about, but he lives halfway around the world from her at all times, and her mother is dead.
Well. To his credit, the girl is away at college, so it's not like they're in this. They would litigate either.
Fair enough.
But the dead wife thing was like,
Yeah, you could have just not said anything at all. Honestly, because of how thin this movie's plot is,
Yeah.
you could have just not said anything at all because it didn't matter.
No.
Like, they want to make you want him to survive, but, like, can't you just want somebody to survive because they're a person?
Yes. So we bring the prisoner on board, Tiff.
Yes.
And they make this big, huge deal.
They wouldn't do that.
This big, huge deal about bringing the prisoner on the plane. Oh, no. They transport prisoners on planes. But
Not a violent prisoner on a supposedly violent prisoner.
Tiff, you'll be surprised what they put on the back of them planes.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I'm absolutely positive it
I
happened.
didn't think that this would happen.
I've escorted someone myself back in the day. So that's for sure. Oh, yeah. So you never know what's on the plane with you, but it doesn't matter.
You never know what's on a plane.
But
That's true.
what they normally do is bring them through the back with the galley and the back door.
So it's like a separate place or something like that. I didn't know. I had no idea.
He's on the plane, and then they're literally flying a plane with 14 people.
Yeah, this is the part of the movie where things start to fall apart for me. There is no fucking way they wouldn't cancel this flight. That would be such an expensive flight.
Yeah.
They would also. Have you ever been on even a fairly empty flight? Well, first of all, no, probably not in forever. But when that does happen, they move your ass to the front of the plane. They don't give a fuck. They don't want to walk their ass back to coach just because you didn't pay.
Now, it was a long time ago, but I disagree with you because everyone went to their seat and they didn't say anything to you. But then after the doors, they were getting ready to go. They was like, if you would like, there's room. There's no, people sitting here. But you kept your seat. They didn't move everybody to one spot or nothing like that.
How much money do you think that this airline, if it existed, wasted flying 17-ish people on that gigantic plane?
They got money, Tiff. Here's another thing.
Gigantic plane.
We're gonna do your flight plan. You're gonna go through the storm because it's just not efficient. Bullshit! No. Are you crazy?
Also, have you ever seen a captain get up and walk through the plane during turbulence? Especially, I've never seen the captain walk when the door closes.
Ever, never, ever.
You see him at the end,
yeah,
and at the beginning,
yeah. So that was it, man. So they, what I did like about this movie, Tiff. I liked all this pre-check stuff and being in the cockpit with the pilots. I was kind of enjoying that when they were flying the plane.
Love his little co-pilot.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was going to get it because
he was a dead man, Tiffobot.
He had his little family.
Exactly.
I was like, oh no, because there's all this hinting, which I guess maybe that's the one part of the movie that they got me, because like they do make a big point of him saying, well, his wife is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I was doing the strike-offs as the
I was like that one.
Yep, I was like, he's an asshole. He going. He's an asshole. He going.
And you knew that the guy who was escorting the prisoner was going to die
immediately.
Because it wouldn't be able to move
right
through the film.
I did like all the flying stuff. I like that. That was intense to me. I enjoyed the.
But you did not you play that flying simulator?
Yes.
Yeah, so you
I can fly that bad boy, Tiff.
I can do it. I can handle it. If it was me, it wouldn't have crashed.
I can handle that bad boy, but I did like that shit. I mean, I was like, oh, they never let you see this much of it, and so then the plane goes down, and that was ridiculous.
Everything about the plane, everything from the plane crash onward is ridiculous because that just is not how that would happen.
Yeah, the plane.
Also,
they find that road in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
No lights.
But it was, well lit. They also are like, oh, we were electrical shortaged, but that doesn't damage the black box.
Yeah, everything got damaged.
But the black box would survive.
They were on battery power for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But I like the countdown. At least they try to make you believe it. So
they're giving you the thing about it is, I get that this is a movie that is a mindless action film.
Yes.
I'm not trying to say that it isn't.
Yes.
But the problem is that when you can pick up, when you're watching a movie, the difference between even a good bad movie
you're picking
and a bad movie is that you can't stop yourself.
Yeah.
From if it's a good bad movie, you're just like, yeah, I'm into this ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
It was like either not taking itself seriously enough or not being silly enough. It was like very just kind of just a movie that happened.
Now let's talk about some of the, this.
Yeah, let's talk about what happens when we crash the
So
plane.
we crashed the plane, and half the fuel is saved. So I thought that the plane was going to be a bomb for later on. I was like, oh, they.
Yeah, you're not going to get that plane back up in the air.
No way. So Michael Coulter, I forgot the name of his character. What is it? Prisoner? Let me see. What did they say? His name is Lewis. So he's on the plane and he's just chilling. Now, talking about melanin in, okay? I like Michael Coulter. It's this show that I watched that he's on. It's called Evil. He plays a priest wannabe. He's so much better on that show than he is even as Luke Cage. I never really thought he was a good Luke Cage. He looked the part, but he just never. I don't think he knew who the character was. And in this, he was just like some wandering dude, not saying nothing the whole time.
Yeah, he was very like stoic.
It was just too for me. But anyway, so I thought it was ridiculous in the beginning. They had him still in them cuffs, because as soon as we got off that plane, I'd have been like, hey, give him them cuffs. We out here in the middle of nowhere. What are we doing? What, are you going to kill us all? No,
Yeah, so you're all in the kind of a survival situation, and it's not even like a normal survival situation where you would normally crash a plane would be like, there would be triage. In this, people died during the crash.
2 people died.
But nobody was like injured mortally or like...
Immediately, the passengers are turning all into Karens on the side of the road.
Yeah, all mad. Like, could you imagine if a pilot had successfully landed a plane during an emergency situation, and the first thing that you did when you got off the plane was, now where's my granola bar? Where's my Nature's Valley?
I would have been like Ewoks out there, like, oh man.
Yeah, I would have been like, thank you, sir.
I know.
I have shit in my pants.
I know.
Thank you for landing. I mean, like, not even a jostle.
Nothing.
They were just like, it was just like a little land.
Yeah.
Like, as a matter of fact, if his ass hadn't gotten up and gotten whacked in the head, and if everyone would have stayed in their seats, we all would have arrived safely at our destination.
Exactly. So now he takes him and the black dude out into the forest to go look for something. And this whole thing is not making sense to me, Tiff. There's equipment there, right there on the side. I'm like, so obvious. Okay, we ain't too far to nowhere, so they go.
Yeah, you're somewhere where someone's gonna notice you.
Exactly.
People are gonna notice. So I don't mean to skip ahead in the movie, but we're gonna have to do that.
It's fine.
Later in the film, they do get the plane back in the air, and they land at a
good airport,
a friendly airport.
Yeah.
If an airport friendly to that country's airlines saw a plane crash land 50 miles
it was only
in their airspace, they would be concerned for their own airspace situation, and they would be investigating it. It wouldn't be no 24 hours. It would be 15 minutes later, the police have rolled up and have said, what's happening here?
Let's get into this, Steph, because I'm going to take us back, because this is what was bugging me a little bit.
Yes.
So they're supposed to be on this island where there's no law, right? Bullshit, okay? A plane like that goes down, the world is there. Your lawlessness is now got law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every warlord in the world would have been running for the cover, because the United States is coming, this government is coming, this government is coming. They're all coming because this plane is lost. And so it's the quietest plane go down in the history of man.
Oh my God. You could fall asleep to it.
Yeah, I know. Nobody knew. Nobody's talking about it.
And you just might.
Yeah.
You just fucking might. The thing about it is that, so they land, and then, and it's not even like, so I think that a lot of times if you're going to do a movie where you're trying to have a flimsy-ish plot, but some good action.
Yeah.
What you might want to do is, like, rather than like be like, okay, well, we're in this place where there's rebel forces that are trying to whatever. No actual context, no whatever. You would want these people to somehow have suffered, like, rather than saying 24 hours till they get here, which is unfeasible and that's not going to happen. They're going to find you sooner. Somebody should have been grievously injured with, like, less than a certain amount of, you know what I mean? Like, you have to find a way to add stakes.
Put a clock on it,
Yeah, that isn't, well, they're just not going to find us.
So, Tiffobot, this is my biggest problem with this whole thing.
Okay, all right.
So, the bad guys come, they take the people. Before they take the people, now we have that fight, and the heroes see that they're not auctioning off people, but ransoming people. Yeah. The moment they get there, every last one of those people on the plane is worth cash, right?
Yeah.
But no, these guys are like so stupid that they immediately killed like 2 people for no reason, and I'm like, $300,000. You know, money is just y'all just for no reason because you're being
Right.
police. You
There's
just
no.
you kill him, kill her. Anybody else talk? We're gonna kill you. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't kill them. No, this is precious commodities here. We're gonna like ransom every last person. So why would you start just murdering people? It was just so.
If that is the intent, right? So like here's like when you're watching these movies that you're like, oh, it's just a mindless movie, blah blah blah, it's fun.
But you gotta.
But one, that's what I'm saying. It's got to distract you enough to actually be a mind. You know what I mean? But two, like I actually think that like if they would have just put like they didn't even put enough action in this movie for me to be like, okay, we have a very very kind of cardboard static bad guy that like is just bad guy.
Yeah,
and then like you know. If there had been some kind of like, we don't even know what these people in the supposed place are fighting for. So like
how would they survive another? The guy was like, get the iPads. I was like, wait a minute, you got hostages, and the big deal for you was get the iPads. What?
And then like, you know, they go into the plane at one point, and leave a message that was like, you know, gone to retrieve the hostages or some shit like that. I'm like. They would be scrapping this plane.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They would be taking this plane apart or blowing it up or something. Do you know what I mean? They're not just going to leave the plane there. And I know they leave like the 2 guys to guard it, but for what reason?
No, they left the 2 guys to find iPads. That's what they was there for.
Okay. I got confused because the pilot is also obsessed with iPads because they need them for navigation.
So our big black friend turns out to be a member of the Foreign Legion because he was involved in something when he was 18 years old, and you know it was some murder. So he's an efficient killer, Tifobot. And I did like when he showed up with all the guns on him and stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But why did he leave him in the first place, right? But go ahead.
And then if I'm gonna watch an action movie, I would like to see some like tension and some like.
I think I had a little bit of that.
It had a very small amount, but I want to see like more sneaking. I want to see like also like they went from like having guns, and I know that they like wanted to have some silent kills because they're sneaking into this camp to retrieve.
Yeah, it was like a straight video game at this point. I was like, oh, it's time to put them guns away.
It's a melee weapon. Yeah, I got a mallet.
Stabby. You know?
And then for some reason he has the mallet, which like. Where did your knife go? You hit a person with a mallet, they're probably not going to die. Like, I mean, they might not die right away, and they're going to be making noise. And it's going to be a miserable thing. So, like, why would you even... And I'm not saying that, like, this... Again, I'm trying in some ways to give this movie some space to be like...
To do his thing.
I'm just a stupid action movie.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that... You needed more stakes. And not just, like, my daughter is on a... screen time phone call.
Yeah.
You need to have like somebody's sick, somebody's in trouble, some people are definitely dying. There should have been some kind of negotiation where like, hey, you talk to the airline, they need to send us planes and whatever to use, or we're gonna kill one of these people every
hey Tifobot.
10 minutes or shit.
I was waiting for the 2 Karen men to get murdered, and they never did. I'm like, nope. Wait a minute. So you get to be a butthole in this movie, you don't die? I don't like that.
Yeah, I like it. I do like a butthole come up in. It's always a good thing.
So but they decide to take the plane back once the merc showed up.
They send a SWAT team or mercenaries or whatever.
Mercenaries, right?
Who are like a crack team to like get them out. And then for some reason they defer to the captain of the plane.
He was in charge. They're going back to the plane. We're going back to the
okay, but like to get back to the plane or whatever until we are on the plane, I'm in charge because I'm here from the SWAT team.
Oh.
And like, why did they even put those people on the bus?
Because I guess I would have just tiptoe through.
Because until the SWAT, you'd like go out through the back until the SWAT team showed up. They had no idea that they were going to be able to do that.
I don't know why they just didn't like.
What was the plan? What was the plan when they put those people on the bus?
They should just start walking through the woods. Let's go back, wherever we're gonna go.
Yeah, it wasn't that far.
Yeah, but
they walked.
I did like when a lot of the guys was like murdered in that little village because they was trying to act like they
that's as much daddies. You like it because that's as much action as the movie provides. The movie provides very small bursts of action that are just kind of like, okay. Do you know what this movie makes me think of?
What's that?
This is a movie that I'm
I'm
surprised.
just playing.
This is a movie that I'm surprised doesn't star Steven Seagal.
Oh, it would have if he was.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like
Russian
a
spy.
garbage kind of like. It seemed very low effort, and it cost $25 million.
Oh wow! Well, it's a lot of special effects, a lot of explosion.
Lots of famous people.
So they got this barricade at the end where oh my god! I'll tell you what was satisfying. Every time that dude pulled that trigger on that Phillips caliber, and it was going through. I was like, yes, it would go through that car, and I was like, thank you for keeping the realism.
For knowing that it would like not have to be
definitely
like...
no. There's nothing to hide behind when somebody starts shooting them things. You're gone. You better just keep juking. You know.
But these guys are nameless. We have no idea who these people are. We get no like kind of, and that guy's like badass, but we have no idea who he is.
So they get back on a plane, Tifobot.
They get back. Well, he has to fix the brakes.
Yeah.
What?
That took forever, right?
No, you don't. Right? You're gonna have an emergency landing. The brake on the left wheel is not gonna make.
So you would have been like,
yeah. Well, am I gonna get out of here, or am I gonna have a harder landing?
So Tiff, they're up in a plane and they can't go over. You know, they like we got 300 feet. They got 300 what miles? Was it 300 miles away?
They had to get no, it was 50 miles. That's what I'm saying. That airport was 50 miles away. They would have seen that plane.
Oh, he said he had enough fuel to go. He had to get 300 miles. Yeah.
Yes, and he was only able to get not high enough in the air. They needed him to get 10,000.
Because the plane wasn't pressurized.
Yeah, so they were like, we're gonna have to, and so they found that one 50 miles away.
Landed pretty smooth, Tifobot.
Yeah, that was like probably smoother than some landings of planes I've been on.
Landed pretty smooth, and then all the good guys from the area.
Where were you?
They come out of there, the cops and the
where were you?
Trucks and and dude gets shot in the leg and a chest. And he's just
and then when he comes off, he's not bloody at all.
He's just chilling. He's just like,
yeah. He's like, I thought he was gonna die. I'm like, that plane.
Somebody get this man some medical attention. Nobody came up on the plane with a bag and the man. Yeah, I know that.
Why did he sit there? What, for just to reminisce about his shitty time on that plane?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It seemed like somebody like with the purse was just like, hey, wrap this shit up. It was like enough money. Y'all ain't getting nothing else. Wrap this shit up. You know, so they wrapped it up.
It's just not enough action for it to be just a mindless action film.
See, I thought
not enough.
I did.
Not enough interest for it to be like, you know what I mean? It's just unfortunately, one of the worst things that a movie can be is just boring. It doesn't make you angry or feel any kind of emotion. Like, you can't even rage against it. I mean, I did kind of rage against it here, but like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It just kind of evokes like it's a thing that happened.
And I'm looking
it's not a movie. It's a thing that happened.
I'm looking at the movie poster, and he has Gerard Butler all up in the front, with his captain thing on. And then they got Michael Cotillard way in the back, behind him with the gun up. And I'm like, there you go, Hollywood. Yep.
Yeah, they were pretty much equal stars in this movie.
Do your thing, Hollywood, right? Just do your thing.
Because all the other people who were like background,
they were true background characters.
They were really, really background.
Yes, they were.
The person who gets the most like
is a bad guy.
No, the person who gets like the most kind of characterization is the co-pilot.
Characterization. I said, maybe Screen Time was the bad guy with his hair.
Screen Time, the bad guy for sure. The bad guy, standard, just quote unquote bad guy, and then our two quote unquote good guys. Yes. Like finding a way for our good guys to be good guys, even if they are not always good guys. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Tiff. When I watched this, I was entertained. I was kind of having fun with. It wasn't good, but I watched this and I was kind of like chuckling at stuff and picking it apart, and I kind of had fun with it. I gotta be honest with you. I was like, oh god.
That is an experience, but it's not like a movie.
No, it's not a recommend, but I mean, on a Friday night, I was chilling and I was just like, I had fun watching this. So, so it has like a fun factor of at least a 2 out of 5 to me. I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I kind of did enjoy it.
I honestly can say I would never watch this movie again.
No, I didn't say that either. I just said I did enjoy it when I even though with how bad it was, I did. I could have did something worse, So
sure, maybe.
And I know you is torpedo. It's just get this out of here. Yeah. All right, man. So that's it. We came to do the damn thing. We got it done. I think we're going to go knock on some cabin wood doors next week. Huh?
Cabin door.
Yeah. Hopefully that shit come on streaming and I don't have to go to the movie.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. We'll see. So I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable, lovely co-host, Ms. Tifflebot. How are you doing? Not how are you doing, but say goodbye to the people this week, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
And I guess until next week, man, we will be
on
Patrol.
Patrol time.